Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Bill, your co-host. Thanks for joining us today.
Today, we're talking about a topic that many English learners are a little afraid of: grammar.
Oh yes. Just the word grammar can make people feel nervous. But don't worry, today's episode is all about making grammar simple, useful, and even a little bit fun.
Exactly. We're not here to overwhelm you with grammar rules. We want to show you how you can learn grammar naturally and use it to communicate better, not just pass a test.
That's right. Grammar is important, but it doesn't have to be scary or boring. In fact, when you learn it the right way, it can actually help you speak and understand English more fluently.
So whether you're just starting out or you've been learning English for years, this episode is for you. We're going to break down how to learn English grammar step by step, and trust us, you don't need to memorize a textbook.
We'll share practical tips, common mistakes to avoid, and even some cool ways native speakers bend grammar rules in daily conversation.
So grab a coffee or a notebook or just relax and listen in, and let's dive into the world of English grammar together. All right, Bill, let's start with the big question. Why does grammar matter when learning English?
Good question. I think a lot of learners believe grammar is just about rules, right? But really, grammar is what helps your words make sense. It's like the glue that holds your sentences together.
Exactly. Imagine trying to build a house without a structure. That's what it's like speaking English without basic grammar. People might understand you, but it won't be clear, and that can be frustrating.
And let's be honest, grammar often gets a bad reputation. People say it's boring or too hard, but honestly, it doesn't have to be. You don't need to know every grammar rule. You just need to know the ones that help you express your thoughts.
Right. You don't need to speak like an English professor. You just need to speak clearly and correctly enough so people understand you. Grammar helps you do that.
And here's another thing good grammar builds confidence. When you know how to make a sentence properly, you feel more comfortable speaking.
Yes. I've seen it with so many learners. Once they get the basics of grammar, they stop overthinking and start talking more naturally.
So, for anyone listening who's ever said, "I'm bad at grammar," just remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about learning how to make your message clear.
Well said. And don't worry, in the next part, we'll show you how to learn grammar in a way that's practical and not painful.
All right, Sarah, now that we know why grammar is important, let's talk about how to actually learn it the right way.
Yes, because honestly, a lot of people make the mistake of just memorizing grammar rules from a book, and then they forget them.
Exactly. I've met learners who could explain the past perfect tense perfectly, but they freeze when they try to use it in a real conversation.
That's such a common problem, and it's because grammar shouldn't just be something you study, it should be something you use.
Right. The key is learning grammar in context through real conversations, real examples, and everyday English.
Absolutely. For example, instead of memorizing the rule for the present continuous tense, like am, is, are plus verb ing, it's better to hear or say something like, I'm eating lunch, or she's studying right now.
Yes, and then you start to feel the grammar, not just remember the rule. That's how native speakers learn it as kids, by listening, repeating, and using the language.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, you can do the same as an adult learner. Try watching shows, listening to podcasts like this one, or reading short dialogues. Pay attention to how grammar is used naturally.
Also, don't be afraid to speak, even if you make mistakes, because using grammar out loud helps your brain connect the structure with meaning.
Right. You can even talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm getting ready for work. That's grammar practice.
And if you don't understand a sentence, don't panic. Just break it down. Ask yourself, what tense is this? Why is it structured this way? Over time, you'll start to notice patterns.
Exactly. Grammar is not a mystery, it's a pattern. And once you see the pattern, things get much easier.
So if you're tired of grammar books, that's okay. Start learning through real English, not just rules.
Couldn't agree more. And coming up next, we'll share some powerful practical techniques that you can use every day to master grammar naturally. All right, let's get into the good stuff to techniques. How can learners actually practice grammar in their daily lives without getting bored?
Good question. Let's start with something simple. Use short, easy sentences. A lot of learners try to speak like textbooks. But in real life, short is better, especially at the beginning.
Yes, say things like I go to work, she is cooking, we are learning English. These are full of grammar, but they're not complicated.
Exactly. And repeating those types of sentences every day helps build automatic grammar patterns in your mind.
Another great method is shadowing. Just listen to a native speaker and repeat after them sentence by sentence. You don't even need to fully understand everything at first.
Totally. Shadowing helps you copy not just the grammar, but also the rhythm and tone. It's like training your brain and mouth at the same time.
And speaking of training your brain, write a little bit every day. Maybe keep a simple English journal. You can write about what you did, how you feel, or what your goals are.
Yes. Even writing just 3-4 sentences each day makes a big difference. And if you're not sure about the grammar, you can use tools like Grammarly or ask ChatGPT, right?
Exactly. Technology is your friend. There are also great apps like Duolingo, Quizlet, or HelloTalk where you can practice grammar in fun ways.
Another tip. Record yourself speaking. Just talk for 1 minute about your day. Then listen to it later and check for grammar errors. You'll start noticing patterns you didn't see before.
I love that one. It's also a great way to track your progress over time.
Here's another powerful one. Watch English videos with subtitles. Pause and repeat the sentences. Try to understand why the speaker used a certain grammar form.
Yes! And don't just watch passively. Be active. Ask yourself, why did they say I've been working instead of I worked? This is how your grammar understanding grows.
Right. It's not about memorizing the rule, it's about noticing it in real use.
Exactly. So let's do a quick recap for our listeners. Here are some practical grammar techniques. 1. Use short, simple sentences. 2. Practice shadowing. 3. Keep a short daily journal. 4. Record yourself speaking. 5. Watch videos with subtitles. 6. Use apps or tools to correct and learn from mistakes.
That's a great list. If you pick just one of these and do it consistently, your grammar will improve naturally over time.
And most importantly, don't stress about being perfect. Learning grammar is a journey, and every small step counts.
Coming up next, we'll look at some common grammar mistakes and how you can fix them easily without losing your confidence.
Okay, Bill, now let's talk about something everyone deals with. Grammar mistakes.
Yes, even native speakers make them. But for learners, some mistakes are very common and very fixable.
One of the biggest ones I hear is with verb tenses. For example, learners say, yesterday I go to the store instead of I went to the store.
Right. The key is to notice time words like yesterday, now, or tomorrow. Those help you choose the correct tense.
Exactly. Another common mistake is forgetting the C's in the third person, like saying, he eat breakfast instead of he eats breakfast.
Oh yes, the famous third-person S. It's small but important. Just remember, for he, she, or it, add S to the verb in present tense.
Here's another one, confusing a and an. I hear things like an banana or a apple. Quick fix: if the next word starts with a vowel sound, use an.
So it's an apple, an umbrella, but a banana, a table.
And let's not forget prepositions like in, on, at. They're tricky. People often say, I go school instead of I go to school.
The best way to fix prepositions is to learn them in phrases. Don't learn to learn. Go to school, listen to music, talk to friends. Learn them together.
That's such a great point. Grammar is easier to remember in full phrases, not just single words.
So, if you're making these mistakes, don't worry. Just notice them, correct them, and keep going.
Yes, mistakes mean you're learning. And the more you use English, the fewer mistakes you'll make.
Coming up next, we'll talk about how grammar actually connects to speaking fluently and naturally.
So stay with us. It gets even better from here.
All right, Sarah. Now let's talk about how native speakers actually use grammar in real life, because it's not always like the textbook.
Oh, yes. In real conversations, native speakers often speak quickly, use contractions, and even break some grammar rules.
Right. For example, instead of saying, I am going to the store, we often say, I'm going to the store. Or even just, I'm going to the store.
Exactly. We drop sounds, use short forms, and speak in rhythm. And sometimes we start sentences with but or and, which is technically not formal but totally normal in real life.
Also, we don't always use perfect grammar when we speak fast. Like saying, me and my friend went to the movie. Technically, it should be my friend and I. But people say it that way in casual speech.
That's so true. And that's why learners should focus more on natural usage than just perfect rules. If you copy how native speakers speak in everyday situations, you'll sound more fluent.
Exactly. Listen to native conversations, not just grammar lessons. Learn the flow, the patterns, and the common phrases.
Because grammar isn't just about being correct, it's about being understood and natural in conversation.
Well said, Sarah. And up next, we'll show you how to practice speaking using grammar, so you can improve your fluency even more.
All right, Bill. We've talked about techniques, mistakes, and how native speakers use grammar. But here's the real challenge for most learners. How do you stay consistent and motivated?
Oh yes, that's a big one. Because, let's be honest, grammar can feel boring or frustrating sometimes, especially when progress feels slow.
Totally. That's why I always tell learners, make grammar part of your daily life. Don't treat it like homework. Treat it like a fun habit.
Right. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough if you do it regularly. Like listening to a podcast, writing a short journal, or watching a YouTube video with subtitles.
Exactly. And don't forget to celebrate small wins. If you use a new grammar structure correctly in a conversation, give yourself credit.
Absolutely. And here's another tip. Track your progress. Use a calendar or app to check off your study days. When you see that progress, it motivates you to keep going.
I love that. And if you ever feel stuck or tired, change your method. Try a new app, listen to a different podcast, or chat with a friend. Keep it fresh.
Yes. Learning English isn't just about discipline. It's also about enjoying the process.
So true. Make it fun, keep it consistent, and grammar will become a natural part of how you think and speak.
Up next, we're going to wrap things up with some final thoughts and encouragement for your grammar journey. so stay tuned.
Well, we've covered a lot today, from why grammar matters to how you can make it part of your daily routine. Bill, any final thoughts before we go?
Definitely. I just want to say don't be afraid of grammar. It's not a monster, it's a tool, and like any tool, you get better with practice.
Yes, and don't wait to be perfect. Start using what you know now. Speak, write, listen, and grammar will start working for you automatically.
Here's a quick action plan for our listeners. 1. Pick one grammar topic you struggle with. 2. Watch a video or read a short article about it. 3. Practice it by writing 3 to 5 simple sentences. 4. Use it in a conversation, even if it's just with yourself.
That's a great plan. And do it daily. Even 10 minutes a day adds up to big progress.
And remember, making mistakes is part of the journey. What matters is staying consistent and enjoying the process.
We believe in you, and we're here to help every step of the way. So keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing.
Thanks for joining us today on the English Learning Podcast. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to follow, share, and leave us a review.
We'll see you next time, and until then, happy learning.